This is a suburb of Newport which was destroyed in the after the end of the second game, after the massive explosion, and this is where this is early part of the game, not the beginning though.
Oh.
So there we saw the cultists as one of the new characters in the game. They're the survivors of Newport. Those who weren't killed are now possessed by Alma and worship her and are controlled by her. So one of the things we've added into the game is what we're calling the generative scare system. It's a randomising, just like that. I wasn't even expecting him. Well, that was a good example of it. I didn't even know he was going to be there. And what the generative scare system does is make the enemies and the horror moments completely random. So they'll happen at different times. Even if you replay a level, things will happen differently. So just makes that fear that little bit more intense, and you really don't know what's going to come along. That guy's actually never been there before.
Yeah.
We saw Alma there just briefly, and that sort of weird fishing of the screen is the Almaverse. It gets more and more powerful throughout the game, and it's something that we try to work on to improve the horror. There is a multiplayer feature gone out of Emma. There are multiplayer features of the game. I can't give any details on that at the moment, but there are functionality. There's also a co-op, online offline co-op, where the second player plays as Paxton Fettel, your brother, and he has very different skills. That's the Creep, so the new character in the game, one of Alma's creations, and he's pulled me through into this dreamscape here, which gives you a little bit of the backstory and explains a little bit of what's going on in the game. But yeah, Divergent Co-op, you as point man and partner plays as Paxton Fettel, who you killed in the earlier game, and his kinetic power allows him to survive as a ghost. He has his own powers, the ability to possess the armour camp soldiers, because otherwise he can't use weapons normally, but if he possesses someone, he can. He also has powers of levitation on other players and his own offensive abilities as well.
The past plagues us, brother.
Command Sierra 3-5. Target sighted. Have a clear shot. Negative. Hold your shot. 0-2-4.
We get some ammo.
Got an obstruction. Stay alive. Move your ass, Sierra 2-4.
How soft.
Oh, so one of the new combat systems we've added is active combat. It's a very active cover, sorry. It's a very simple B button press which puts me into cover. I can simply, by using the directional controls, look over. You can see I'm in a corner here. I can just move. I can look to the right. And it's 360 degrees. I can also cover from my rear, and I'm still remaining cover. I've been trying to do that every game, double headshot. That's only the second time I've done it in 3 days. As you can see, the AI is very accurate. They're throwing grenades at me through this little spot and it's always hitting me. They're very intelligent. They use the cover, they'll move. You can see him there, taking different the cover. See him constantly moving. Sorry? It's end of March 2011. Completely set. We're on schedule for that on PC, 360 and PS3. What we just saw there was another Alma moment. She's obviously, it's 9 months later, she fell pregnant at the beginning of the second game, end of the second game. Sorry, beginning of the first, I've said this so many times. That was one of her contractions as she's giving birth, this wave of power coming from her which destroyed everything around. One of the mechs, famous in the last beer game. We now have different varieties of them. This is one of the lighter mechs, as you can see, very nimble. I'm able to sprint, but it's not as powerful, and it doesn't have heavy enough shields. In some of the later levels we'll see one of the heavier mechs, real lumbering thing, but it's got double miniguns, double shoulder mounted missiles and a full shield system. This has double shotguns and a handy little laser which I'll show you. It's quite good fun.
Very powerful.
Yeah, against the little guys, it's powerful. So once again I've been pulled through into this dreamscape, and these are parts of the game that explain a little bit more about the story, what happened to you and your brother as children as well.